Hello everyone, welcome to Mohansh Technologies. Today I'm going to be discussing launching a Microsoft Azure EntraID IAM in cybersecurity level. I already told you, cybersecurity have a huge number of tools, not only the ethical hacking, not only the penetration testing, not only the things and all, which is going to be something like identity access management IAM, and this kind of cybersecurity IAM, which is going to be available now in all cloud areas like GCP and AWS. AWS IAM is there, GCP IAM is there, and Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is the cloud. You know that. Azure DevOps, Azure Data Factory, and something like Azure Data Engineer, There are multiple roles for the Azure Data Engineer. But Azure Data Engineer, Azure DevOps, these people are actually doing different kind of applications they can able to access from the Azure portal. Azure portal. Azure is basically a cloud. Cloud is something like infinite data storage, unlimited data storage, and this cloud is going to be having different kind of services can provide platform as service, application as service, software as service, SaaS, PaaS. There are multiple services. All clouds are actually providing. Not only Azure, even GCP, even AWS, and even Salesforce also we will be having. Like that, basically, even Microsoft people before cloud, there is a concept called Active Directory. Okay, so what is this Active Directory? Active Directory is a central directory, and there is a central access, central identification authority. All Microsoft users, all Microsoft developers or Microsoft developers, basically Microsoft developers who are working with the different kind of applications, they need to connect with the central identification authority. That is called Active Directory. Everybody is going to be connecting with the Active Directory before the cloud. Before the cloud, there is a concept called Active Directory that is very famous. Okay, so Active Directory is very famous. Directory. Active Directory is very famous. AD is very famous, even in on-premises, before the cloud. What this Active Directory is going to be work like? Active Directory is going to be working like a identity provider. Identity provider. This is basically identity provider, and this is providing identity for the multiple users. For example, uh, huge number of people are working for the Microsoft. Huge number of users are going to be connecting to the Microsoft. Different kind of job roles, different kind of persons. They are actually accessing the different kind of services from this Active Directory in on-premises. In on-premises also, they have to maintain the big servers, and they are providing the identity. And this identity is very important. Whenever a user need to connect to the Active Directory, some user is connecting to Active Directory. Some user, another user, and another user. Every user need to have some accessing. Every user need to access. For example, every user have different kind of roles, job roles, different kind of job roles. But all these users, end of the day, they need to connect it to the Active Directory only. Okay, first user need to connect Active Directory, second user need to connect Active Directory. But before connecting to the Active Directory, first of all, they need to uh, enter the username and password, right? One username and password. One username and password they need to enter. When they enter the username and password by company giving laptop, then they can able to access permissions to few applications. Not all the applications available in the Microsoft, right? Not all the applications available in the Microsoft. Suppose the first guy is going to be working with a different kind of technology. So first guy is working as a developer, web developer. Second guy is working as a different kind of job role. Third guy is working as a database administrator. Fourth guy is working as different kind of. So every person cannot able to access the total Active Directory. Active Directory is having number of applications. First user can able to access only 2 applications. Second user can able to access 3 applications. Third user can able to access only 1 application. What kind of service they want, that service they can able to access. That is something like a accessing process. That access need to maintain and give the permission to the user. Give the permission to the user. There is a concept called authentication and authorization. So that authentication and authorization, even in on-premises, that is already available. Then later, when cloud came into the picture, then Microsoft actually taken this Active Directory into the cloud. That is something like a Microsoft Active Directory. Later on, the cloud name called Azure, Azure Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. Okay, Azure Active Directory. That Azure Active Directory, they taken into the cloud. The same Active Directory they are maintaining in the cloud. The same Active Directory they are maintaining in the cloud. By maintaining this Azure Active Directory, they have there are n number of Azure related applications like Azure DevOps, Azure Data Engineering like ADF and Data Lakes. There are multiple things, data breaks, whatever it may be. There are n number of applications which are going to be giving the permissions from the Azure Active Directory. But recently, from nowadays, which is the famous one is name got changed. The name got changed, which is having highly security level and which is going to be integrating with the SSO single sign-on, which is going to be related with the multi-factor authentication, and which is going to be something like identity access management. The cybersecurity, always security need to be high. The data is increasing high, applications are increasing high. The same time, the security also maintain high level. In that area, that name got transformed to Microsoft Azure EntraID IAM. A104 certificate is A104 certificate. Okay, so that certification you people have to do for Microsoft Azure EntraID, and this is the cybersecurity module, cybersecurity related module in Azure. In AWS also there, GCP also there, different areas, different IBM IAM is also there. Even IBM company also, they have their own IAM tool. Like that, Azure is also having their own IAM tool. Why? Because of why this Microsoft Azure Entra ID is very famous. Why? Because Azure users, millions of users are there, millions of users. Azure users, millions of users are there. Azure cloud users. How many number of Azure data engineers available? How many number of Azure DevOps people available? How many number of Microsoft web application developers are available? How many member of people are available throughout the world? Okay, all these guys need to log into the portal.azure.com, right? Everybody has to create one account in the portal.azure.com. Am I right? Portal.azure.microsoft.com. Everybody have to go with the portal.azure Microsoft portal, right? So whenever you are creating your account, and based on after creating your creating account means already this Entra ID started the work, and that is going to be authenticate the user and authorize the user and giving the access. For example, some guy is working with the DevOps. He need to get access all the DevOps related applications. Some guy is going to be working with the ADF, and he need to get all the ADF related services. Okay, so when the person is going to be entering, when the user is going to be, for example, if I create an account in Azure, portal.azure.com, whenever I'm trying to creating account, this Entra ID work is started. This Entra ID work is started. Identity providing. Identity means you are giving the username and password. That is your identity, and your identity need to be authenticate, and your identity need to be authorized. Then you need to get permissions. So you can create a free account in Azure, I think so. So after creating the account, for example, you want to work with the different kind of services, then you need to pay money and you need to access it. When you're paying the money, you are getting access. That is what they are authenticating you. They are giving the access, that application to you. They are authorizing you, authenticating you, authorizing you, and giving the permissions to you. And who is working behind of all these things? Who is working behind of all these things? Okay, that master is going to be working on this. So he is the master. He is actually managing He is managing logins. He is only managing all the logins, and he is going to be checking all the logins, portal logins, portal logins. He is going to be checking all portal logins and giving the access of applications, providing access, providing access of applications. What is that? Microsoft Azure Entra ID. Portal login need to check, and here authentication authorization need to get checked. Then giving the permission to user specific applications, application access, applications or services access, whatever it may be, service access grant, services access grant, services access grant. When this services access grant is providing, when this user is authenticated properly, when this user when this user authenticated and when this user is authorized, if he is the wrong user, he cannot able to go with this service grant. When he is the proper authentication and proper authorization, then only he can able to get access. Am I clear, guys? A portal login and giving the permission, giving the grant access, all these things are going to be happening by Microsoft Azure Entra ID. Mohansh Technologies is going to be starting a new batch for this cybersecurity IAM, and this is also having SSO. This is also having MFA, multi-factor authentication, and this is also having I already told you, and this is also having something like OAuth tools, OAuth protocol. See, all these things are common actually. All these things are common to maintain this user management and application access grant management, all these things. Okay, so one by one, we will discuss all the concepts like how SSO will be working Microsoft Entra ID and how this OAuth is going to be working with the Microsoft Azure Entra ID and how this MFA is going to be working with Microsoft Azure Entra ID. I told you guys, this Microsoft Azure Entra ID work is going to be starting from the user login for the portal. When the user is logging for the portal and he is trying to accessing some applications, read it to that, and that Microsoft Azure Entra ID giving the permissions to that particular services. Now he can able to enjoy that applications and he can able to work with that. Highly secure, definitely highly secure. Microsoft have huge number of millions of users are there in the market. That is the very reason Microsoft Azure Entra ID is very much famous in the market nowadays. Okay, so you can find out the jobs for the Microsoft Azure Entra ID. I will show in Found It. Let me go in the Found It. You can see Found It. I searched for cybersecurity IAM Microsoft Entra ID. You will be finding a huge number of job openings, huge number of thousands of job openings. You will be finding in the LinkedIn. In the LinkedIn also, you can search for that. You will be finding huge number of job openings. See, n number of job openings which are going to be available. Jobs are there, sir. Jobs are there. The only thing is we are not focusing on, we are not targeting on. But one more thing, all IAM tools, there is no coding part. There is no coding part. Only you need to understand the integration part. Only you need to understand the integration part. If you properly understand the integration part, you can able to do anything. How to create the users, how to create the groups, how to hit the Active Directory, how to authenticate it, how to authorize it, and how to give the permissions, how to grant the permissions. All these things we need to understand over there. And come to this Indeed also you'll be finding huge number of job openings. And Mohansh Technologies is going to be having only emerging technologies like IAM tools like PingFederate, Okta, and Microsoft Azure Entra ID. Already we have in the website, we have already Microsoft Azure Entra ID here. You can check it out. So we will upload the course content also very soon. So very soon we are going to be starting the batch for this. Maybe within short period, we are going to be start batch on Microsoft Azure Entra ID. Please contact Mohansh Technologies. We have only emerging technologies like MuleSoft, blockchain, Web3.js, blockchain security, blockchain with Python, quantum computing, only on emerging technologies, current technologies and emerging technologies. Mohansh Technologies target is different. Mohan's Technologies target is different. If you people are learning some course, definitely that course should be available for next 20, 30 years. and your job need to be safe, and your family need to be safe, and you need to be very rich because of your job, and job security is important. People are saying that jobs are not there, jobs are not there, jobs are there, sir. We are not actually focusing on a proper technology. That is the problem. Keep focusing, keep focus on proper technology, then learn proper technology and hit the market. That's the main agenda of the Mohansh Technologies. And one more important thing, this full stack Python ML AI and full stack MERN AI, 2 new batches are going to be starting on October 20th, free of cost. Free of cost, no need to pay money. 45 days, free of cost, you can learn full stack Python ML AI and full stack MERN AI. This is the announcement, Diwali offer we are trying to providing. And this is the blast, Diwali big bomb blast we are giving. Python full stack ML AI, Python full stack MERN AI. Outside people are charging 3 lakhs, 2 lakhs for fresher or experienced people. But we are giving free of cost, 45 days, quality subject, no compromise on that. And we are going to be uploading a number of videos in the Mohansh Technologies YouTube channel. Every programming, we are uploading 40 to 50 videos, free of cost, no need to pay money. So that is what actually I want to announce here. And please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel. Still so far not subscribed, please go for the subscription, sir. And click on the bell icon for the further notifications. And comments, please provide your valuable comments here. Comments are needful. And very soon we are going to be starting a batch for this Microsoft Azure EntraID. One more time, I'm telling, Microsoft have millions of users. Every user is going with the portal.azure.com. There, Microsoft Azure EntraID, that Active Directory, that another word is called Azure AD, Azure Active Directory. Azure Active Directory taking charge and giving the authentication, giving the authorization, and providing the service access grant. Okay, so maintaining the users, maintaining the groups, and how the protocols are running behind, all these things you are going to be learning in this particular course. Okay, so like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel, provide your comments. Thanks for today. Happy Diwali, and we'll meet again. See you signing off.